Merrilea Charles performed a Grand Prix dressage freestyle this morning on her lovely horse Jazzaround. Merrilea, could you tell us how you became involved with riding and a little about your early riding career?
Sure. I've been riding since I can ever remember. I've got my first pony as a 12-year-old. I came up through the pony club ranks, bending, jumping, cross-country. I started to specialise in dressage probably around the age of 14. I was fortunate to have a dressage coach by the name of Mrs. Olive Nunn, a very well-known, fantastic coach, and she guided me through most of my younger years in dressage. And I wasn't really brave enough to continue in any of the cross-country or jumping events, so I specialised in dressage from about the age of 14. I was fortunate to have a couple of horses that were reasonably well inclined to undertake the dressage phase. So they were young horses. I've never actually had a bought horse. I've always trained my own from 3 years of age. I've trained them all the way through. When I was about 16, my parents bought me my first warm blood, and that was probably the key. It was a 3-year-old monopole horse by the name of Monopolist. Monopolist I trained all the way to Grand Prix, and I took him to Europe for about 4 or 5 years training, and I stayed in England with Christopher Bartle, the now German coach, and that was just a fantastic experience that I'll never forget.
Wonderful. And tell us about Jazzaround.
Jazzaround, he's a 9-year-old warm blood gelding by Jazz. He was bred in Queensland by the Broadway warm blood stud. I've had him for about 6 years now, so I purchased him as a 3-year-old also. He's had his moments, as most jazzers do, but he's been so wonderful to me. I love every moment that I ride him. He is looking to cement himself in the Grand Prix ranks later in this year. And we've had some wonderful competitions together. We went to the Sydney CDI for the past couple of years. We've had some great results down there. We're certainly looking forward to the Brisbane CDI next week. And I couldn't ask for a better horse to look after me in the competitions.
And when did you ride in your first freestyle?
Freestyles are something that I've actually been quite passionate about. I find the artistic side of them quite exciting. Probably, 20 years ago would be the first time I did those.
And how do you work out the routine for a horse like Jazzaround?
Well, obviously everybody says they pick their strengths and ride to those. It's not that easy. The tests have set movements that must be completed. They're given coefficients, they're given marks, so those must be included in the test. I generally ride a pattern that I find flows well. I like it just to move from one movement to the other. I try not to get too tricky. I like to ride something that I'm comfortable with. So when I'm putting the routine together, that's something that I certainly look for first up, is that.
And do you select your own music? And also, how do you feel that the music that you used for Jazzaround's freestyle complements his expression and his movement?
Yeah, I spend, like most other riders, hours upon weeks going through music. It's a never-ending little exercise that we go through. I do select my own music for him. I've got a couple of freestyles. I've had them professionally made. I think his advanced level 1 Fortissimo freestyles helped me with. This one I engaged a freestyle production company in Europe to design the music for me. I picked the actual theme. I wanted the James Bond theme. I think it kind of represents Jazzaround quite well. He's sharp, he's up there, and the music complemented him quite well.
What's the future for you and for Jazzaround?
Oh, I hope it's bright. Where the immediate future is we're heading into the Brisbane CDI next week. The short-term future out from that is we're, like I said, looking to consolidate our big tour. Starts at the end of the year. And just take each day as we come. We're just grateful to have him to ride with me every day, and he's a gorgeous horse to do.